Hi, I'm Simon Pierce with Brownells. I'm a product manager, and I'm here with Jared from Magpul today to discuss the D-60 magazine.
Hey Simon, how you doing? Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for being here.
So I just wanted to touch on a few points. In 2012, Magpul set out to design and develop a 60-round drum magazine that meets all the same standards of our 30-round PMag Gen M3 that we've all come to love, right? This is no easy feat. Actually started in 2012 and then got about 90% there in early 14, and then it took us another whole another year to get that extra 10% to make it meet that standard. So a lot of hard work and development time put into this thing. But it's a fabulous magazine and it runs really well. Unlike other drum magazines, this thing actually is fairly compact and small. It actually holds the same profile as our standard PMag. So it was built with the prone shooter in mind, so they can actually get down low, and they can even use it as a base to shoot off of if they need to. This will seat fully loaded on a closed bolt. It does have a bolt hold open feature. Also has a view window on the back to show you how many rounds you have left, along with the paint pen dot matrix. Of course, bomb-proof polymer that we have in all of our Magpul products. But the most important thing is that it does run and it works extremely well under any condition.
Perfect. So how many rounds would you say you guys have put these through in testing?
I mean, tens of thousands of rounds through testing. We have some that 7,000 to 8,000 rounds through them, zero malfunctions whatsoever.
Wow, that's great. Well, let's talk about probably what everybody wants to know the most about, which is loading. Obviously, there's going to be some differences between loading this and a standard PMag. Let's go over some of those differences.
Sure, yeah, and there are some definite differences between this and the next one. So one thing you'll notice when you do open your PMag D60 box is it'll come with a dust cover on top and a big red warning sticker that says read instructions first. Absolutely encourage everyone to read those instructions from start to finish before you attempt to load this magazine. You'll see it does have a loading lever here that will ease the tension on that follower and aid in the loading of this magazine. So you can do this a number of different ways, much like our PMag 30s here, one round at a time. Just pop it in there, okay? Nothing changes for the D60 except for you're gonna use this loading device. So you put pressure on the loading lever, okay? Drop your rounds in there, one at a time.
Just like a standard mag.
Just like a standard mag. It's also compatible with different loading devices, such as your strip lula. So if your ammunition does come on a stripper clip, okay, you simply drop it in there. And this works on a standard spoon that comes with these as well. Okay. But you put it on the back of the magazine, okay, put tension on that loading lever, okay, and then run it down in there, okay?
Perfect.
So we'll stop there because I got to unload this thing for the rest of the video.
Perfect. Well, let's talk about that then. So if you need to download it or unload it, obviously different than firing it. Anything you need to know from that standpoint? Sure.
I mean, so obviously the best way to download is to put it through the gun, right, and fire those rounds off.
Absolutely.
Before you download it, one thing I do want to mention is that you can store this thing for a long period of time, years at a time, fully loaded, and it's not going to do any damage to the magazine. But if you decide to load it or to download it, the biggest thing to ensure is that this loading lever is not up.
Okay.
You don't need it to download the magazine, much like you need it to load. Put your hand over top of it, okay, and then just strip out all your rounds. And they'll just pop right out of there, right? Because there's so much tension on this follower, right? Yeah, it is the fastest feeding magazine on the market that you can imagine how much it wants to push all that out of there. Perfect. So now it's fully downloaded.
Awesome. Well, now that it's empty, let's talk about the cleaning that might be necessary, the disassembly that you'd have to do to get it clean, and the reassembly of it.
Sure. Yeah, it's a super simple process. For military application, a lot of times we're dropping our magazines in the dirt, and we'll get them muddy. When you have time, you can do some simple care and maintenance. So the first thing you do, obviously, download the magazine, get all those rounds out, get the tension off of that follower. All right, simply take a flathead screwdriver, pop these tabs off.
And there's no worry about breaking these tabs, seeing that they're made out of the same polymer material that we've grown to trust.
Yep. So same high quality polymer that you guys know from Magpul. If one should break, say you drop it, step on it, whatever, run it over with a car, this thing will still run. I mean, nothing's changed as far as the mechanics of this magazine, except for the front caps come off, so you won't be able to use that loading lever to assist. So this does come off. Once you get front off, you're simply going to push these tabs to get that back plate off. Okay, and then you're going to see the internals of the magazine. One thing we are recommending is that every 1,000 rounds, people go ahead and remove the ammunition from the magazine, open it up, and then we've provided a light thing of CLP or oil to the inside of this. So you just take a rag, you know, kind of just wipe it out, top coat it, and then put it back together. So
easy.
Simply, super easy to get back together. You simply, you know, go in reverse order, line everything up, put it all back together, put your front cover on, put your tabs on, and there you go.
Great. Well, now that we've been over it, let's take this to the range and see how it runs.
Awesome. So that's the PMag D-60. As you saw it at the range, we've got a highly reliable magazine, 60 rounds packed into a small profile, same footprint as the PMag 30 Gen M3. It's the fastest feeding magazine on the market. There's not an AR15 platform out there that can outrun this magazine. And of course, it has the same reliability, durability, and performance that you can expect from all Magpul products.
Well, thanks for going over that with us, Jared. Brownells is proud to offer the D-60 magazine, and like all other products that Brownells carries, is backed by our 100% lifetime satisfaction guarantee. Thanks for watching, we'll see you next time.